It was this other, and it's the other that people seek when they go to a cathedral. It's, you know, the other that everyone is trying to find, to find a belief system, to find something that's more meaningful than this reality.
And it shot me right out of my brain.
So when Joan, I think, you know, was playing with those ideas, Hanging Rock was the ideal location, and it had all these stories connected to it already. You know, there's bushrangers who used it as their lair, there's children who went missing in the Macedon Ranges at colonial settlement. There's all these wonderful Gothic stories from the Australian landscape connected to the site already. And certainly it's a sacred place as well in terms of traditional owners. Hanging Rock definitely lends itself to the eerie kind of out of this world dimension. You know, some people think towards the end of the film that Peter Weir's leading us towards a UFO out of, you know, alien experience. So I think Joan certainly had this sort of power of character and power of personality that doesn't always come across in her writing, but some of the themes in her writing about empowerment and about young women is certainly there. There's definitely underlying themes about loss of innocence, retaining innocence and eternal youth. There's also this idea of the cusp of sexuality in it, and there's a lot of darkness in this story that, you know, she definitely was a brilliant writer at being subtle and trying to lead you into these themes on your own without necessarily making them obvious. So a lot of what, you know, we talk about when we try and dissect the book is how, you know, the girls that get lost, they're not necessarily, you know, it's not necessarily murder or something really dark, but it is, these girls can be immortalised in their youth. They never lose their innocence. They could be still up at Hanging Rock, eternally young and innocent, and there's this wonderful romance to that. She was one of those people, she said, that time stopped around her. Anyone with a mechanical watch, they agreed that around Joan Lindsay, their watches would stop. So something eerie perhaps about her as well. And when she went up to Hanging Rock, I think she found that mysticism there too. I think in Joan's mind, there was certainly something happened, and there was something that she was trying to portray that was not necessarily a reality, but certainly a truth for her. She led people into, you know, this iconic national identity and sort of brought us home with all these different myths. And you know, so I think she did have a love of the Gothic, and she had a love of injecting darkness into her writing, but it certainly, I don't think, was the sort of original intent and complete intent.